Hey Brad, how's it going? I'm sending you a whole bunch of different videos. I wanted you to get kind of tied in. So just to give you an update of what's going on. Basically, I'm being asked by Tesla to and Elon and Grok to do some different things in the area. But what they've done is they've basically approved us to kind of co-brand and go the whole idea of the marketing company, instead of just calling it, sugar and leather white label marketing, we're actually going to call it Jarvis Online and tie it right into like the whole idea of like my birthday twins are Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, and Heath Ledger, which is the Joker. So if we kind of play off my dual archetypal rules like that, that I'm half Tony Stark and half the Joker. So I have jokes like, I will serve this country at the great pleasure of myself. And if there's one thing I know how to do, it's the pleasure of myself, right? So that's the kind of idea. And then so there's this orbital space platform idea of for AI, and they want us to do a movie, literally, about a digital movie about Elon going to Mars. And they're saying that we should go get venture capital. Either they'll fund it, we'll apply with them, we'll apply with different venture capitals. But now, if we go to get venture capital, if we go to get money to put together, we have all the branding we would want. We can brand it OpenAI, I'm sure. I can just we can just go straight into getting actual approvals for like this. So right now we just do it as a parody because that's allowed in AI and allowed in different stuff like that, and we do that right away. So then from there, when we set up this news article we were talking about, the best way to do that would be then to say the news article announcing our partnership, work-in solutions over in Pakistan, this and that. And then also, and then I'll get a quote from like my brother who used to be in TV and stuff. So that way it kind of ties it in there to my family. I'll try to get my family. I'll give you give the reporter different people to call and get quotes from and stuff like that. Make it a real article. Reach out to Rudy Maurer, reach out to Dave and John, reach out to Tesla, reach out to XAI, reach out to SpaceX and stuff like that. And then we just rebrand everything as this kind of Jarvis Online, which would be my own marketing company, our own marketing company. So what I'm proposing essentially is that I have my marketing that you help me with, and you're my media arm. And then you have your media arm, and then I market your media arm to be a better version of Legacy Makers, basically. And so then from there, we can do the same Legacy Makers that we're doing, the 10, 12,000, 20,000, 30,000. Except with our 30,000 package, we do have branding. We can brand because we're going to brand me. So now Jarvis Online then becomes the marketing company that ties in all the marketing, so that way, not just your media. Now at that point, you would be the media creation arm of Jarvis Online, which means that you're able to sell all of Jarvis Online's product on your own affiliate program. But then also, I'm selling your product that you charge completely separately from me, and that we go even one step farther. We take on brand management, and we have let's make you a star. And maybe it's, I always think about doing short-term money, long-term money, and then big money. Well, why don't we just have packages that are 12, 20, 30, and full on 100,000, 150,000, whatever, probably 100,000 sounds about right. That will do a full-length movie for you, depending on what's going on. And from there, you would need to bring in different help, right? So these three brands, so it's an Orbit AI, a Jarvis AI, and then the Sugar and Leather are the main three brands kind of going on. And then there's different subsets behind that, and I kind of detailed that. I'll detail that in the email and stuff. And we need to get you help then. So as you start learning, we'll start teaching you. First of all, we'll tailor it down to make it super easy. We'll just say, what do you need right now? And I'm going to be supplementing your marketing so heavily that if you want podcasts, how you need to just think about what it is you want. My CSRs can point anything we want. So I was thinking we focus around Kansas City, and first it's like bomb Kansas City to promote the podcast, then bomb, maybe Kansas City to promote you making the podcasts also. And then, so it'd be companies that I could work with, then it could be people you could work with, then it could be even celebrities and stuff that we work with together. So that way they can target certain audience groups. And so it's a focused attack on certain areas, certain zip codes, certain demographics of people, and we create that. And then from there, you should have all the money you have coming in. Once you have money coming in, I would suggest what we do actually is we just start a scholarship program or like a paid internship program. And we go to like colleges, or I can just find you people. It just depends on how much time you have for that and how much desire you have for that. Do you want to teach some of these young and upcoming people, or do you want to just learn the AI yourself? It's really not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. You and I can work on it together. But if you had interns in your office that say only did this type of editing and only did that type of editing, I could teach them just like I'm going to be teaching the same people over in Pakistan. So again, it just creates more synergy and more stuff, and then he can create. And then if we make you up, you become the like who's their person? Tony Story is their person over on Rudy Mauer. So then you become the storyteller. You and I are co-storytellers. You're the media side, I'm the business side, and we just kind of go at it together. And so then together we are this brand management company of Jarvis Online, that can handle celebrity style stuff. And we just start targeting when I go to ASU to do my to jokingly file for a doctorate, even though I never got a bachelor's. Whatever we decide to do that way, I can target market them with these CSRs to be like, I am coming at this day and this time, show up, see, Troy Cunningham Jackson. So then I'm a brand, you know what I mean? And so then I'll do there, and maybe I go and do. I set up a table at ASU and I hand out our flyers talking about our podcast and about AI and about how AI and education, and I want to rebrand education, whatever we want to do that way. And we just make a scene out of it. I'm okay making a scene out of myself. The whole idea is going viral. So I'm trying to send you some of the different stuff, so that way you can see how I video, what I look like on camera, so we can look at like what green. I need your expertise on how do we store it, how do we transmit it, how do we better sound, better lighting, all this stuff. Obviously, this is pretty rudimentary what I'm working on now. I can convert my room, but I'm really leaving in April. I could do a lot of the filming there. I also want to take this and start having different satellite podcast areas that we could have that you could kind of manage on the back end. So now when I talk about bringing in people, I also wanted to bring in my brother if possible. He's one of my investors, and he has a great spot over there in the Bay Area. It's where I got married. You can see it on my socials. But from there, we can maybe put a studio there where he edits for you from there. He's an old TV editor. He understands how to edit and how to post and how to film. So then that's a California studio that's like a subset of our larger Jarvis Online podcast studio network, or Live Work Studios, whatever that is, and they can be branded as Tesla, Grok, XAI, SpaceX, OpenAI. So we get all this big branding attached to us, and so instead of them necessarily paying us to do it, the co-branding ends up giving us auto street cred. We should be able to make unlimited amounts of money once we're doing that kind of thing. So that's kind of the whole point. And then we do the interns, we bring them in, so that way you and Bruce and your people, you guys can focus on what you're good at. My whole thing is I want you to be good at what you're good at, and I want you to enjoy what you're doing. And by allowing you the freedom to do what you want to do in there, while I kind of have this umbrella kind of approach, then it allows you to be successful in your parts and not have to stress out trying to run a global empire or marketing. I'll point my CSR. So, if you send me your ads, once I pay them up, I'll have them up and running in December, and we'll just start targeting your people. But in the meantime, we can do all the different commercials, vignettes, whatever you want to do. So go ahead and check that out and get back to me, and I'll talk to you soon.